another job on Warren's. We need to finish the exhaust off. So we've had loads of different ideas of what we're going to do with the exhaust on this car over the period it's been here. We're at the point now where we kind of just need to get it done, and we're maybe not going to do some of the things we wanted to do with it because the priority now is getting it on track. It's already got an exhaust system on it, which is one of our systems, which is what's been on it basically forever. The tailpipe's a bit dodgy. We didn't do that. Don't know, it's been MIG welded and chopped for some reason. I think to fit the bumper, because obviously we only do VXR center exit. Obviously this is a kind of an SRI body kit, I guess. So we need to do something about that. But the first thing is connecting up the downpipe we made in the summer last year to the mid pipe. So what I'm going to do, got a flex, need to get a flex in it somewhere. There's obviously a flex bellow in the engine bay, but that's just to take up any movement for the manifold and the wastegate. We do want another flex under the car. The original theory was I was just going to put that straight on there, and then we were going to take off for our exhaust, which was either going to be a side exit or a center exit through the diffuser or whatever it was going to be. But for now, we're just going to keep what we've got just to get the car running, and we can maybe look at doing something later down the line. So this is pretty simple, really. I'm probably not going to keep the flexi here anymore because I want to try and gain as much ride height as I can. I need to check, but I think we'd benefit by moving the flexi further over here and putting it on the same height as this pipe, because the downpipe sits quite a bit lower than this mid pipe. We may end up remaking this anyway because we're probably going to need another silencer in it. We've also got cats to get in it, or a cat to get in it, to make it kind of legal. Time attack, you need a cat. Don't know why, but you do. So yeah, it's just going to be a case of trying to connect this up with here. I don't think I'm going to put the flexi here because, like I said, I want to try and keep it a bit higher up. So I think I'm just going to sleeve a bit straight onto here with a clamp. Again, not my favourite way of doing it, but at the minute I just want to get the car kind of ready to race. We can always kind of improve on it at a later date, and that's going to be the kind of the nicest way of doing it without having to cut it and chop it in the future. So we'll put a sleeved section on here and we'll clamp it on, and then we'll have our flex in the middle, and then it will just run straight back to sleeve on here. We're just going to need a little step down here. So first thing I'm going to do is just measure from here to probably about where I've got the flex here between these two subframe strengtheners. There and there, cut a piece of tube, swage it out, slot it on that end and get the flex tacked on. And then that'll give me something to go off to kind of figure out what I'm going to do between here and here. So I've got this piece of tube slipped over the end of this mid pipe and the flexi on the end of it. I've got that a touch loose on there, but it'll straighten out once it's clamped up. Again, this is more than likely going to be a kind of temporary pipe anyway, because we may end up changing this mid pipe to fit a cat in or an extra silencer, but we just want to do something for now just to kind of get it racer ready. I've got another piece of pipe and I'll put that on the end there, and that'll show you the kind of like height difference we've got here. So we've got a little bit of a height difference of about 15 mil between the two pipes. I mean, I can manipulate that a little bit because these are quite loose, so that would normally sit a little lower. But even still, we've got a bit of an angle difference. It's not much, but it's just enough. I was kind of hoping to do all this without taking this off. That was one of the kind of things I was hoping to do. So I'm going to get like from our stock, a 10-degree mandrel bend, because I only need to go up a slight amount. 10-degree mandrel bend, probably cut most of the leg off one end, and that'll get me going back up towards the body really quickly. That'll then just sleeve over here. I'll just have to clamp that on, and it'll just, it should just slide straight into that flexi then. I might need to weld a bit on the end, but yeah, we'll do that first. Got that bend chopped up and swaged over the kind of down pipe and got it pointing up in the right direction now. So now I need to kind of level it back off. And I've cut another piece, another bend, and that's going to sit something like that. And then we just want our flexi in the middle. So if the flexi is going to sit about there, roughly, I just need to, with my Sharpie, mark on here where I need to cut my tube. Somewhere around there, I'll be fine. So yeah, cut that one down. I need to clean this up, clean off my burrs and get that so it's a nice fit inside there because it's a bit wobbly at the minute. Can't really weld that up. Get that in that position, tack it all together, and then yeah, hopefully I can fit it. That's the only problem with having a swage joint either end. It becomes quite hard to actually wedge it in, but we can move this exhaust system back quite a lot, and that's probably going to be the only way we can actually fit it in. I've got it swaged on at both ends now. I'm not even going to bother cleaning this piece of pipe up, like polishing it, because I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being changed fairly soon. Like not like tomorrow, but probably before the end of the year. So I'm just kind of making it quick and dirty, I guess. But yeah, got it all lined up now. Slip fitted on at both ends, so we'll have a clamp around both of those ends. We may weld this. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll just see how we get on, because it depends if we've got to have this downpipe off again. If we end up taking the downpipe off to make the engine mount, which might be easier, then we'll weld it up at the same time. But for now, we'll just get this welded up, and that's one job ticked off the list. Right, so welded up by my glamorous assistant. Should just drop straight on. It's always a bit hard to get two female slip joints on the same pipe to squeeze back in, but there we go, just like that. So if we tighten those clamps up, try and get them square to the ground as much as we can. This one we can rotate round so that we get the maximum ground clearance from it. So that's going to be quite crucial. There. So we'll clamp this for now, and in the future we may end up just welding this joint up. I'm not sure if it's one of them where it's like you're trying to think about in terms of like doing maintenance on the car, like if the engine ever has to come out, something like that. Because it's got a V-band joint at the top, I'm not sure you'd ever need to undo that. And if it's welded, it's just one less thing to go wrong, one less clamp to come undone, or something else less to kind of break or get broken. So yeah, if we just tighten them up, that's it, we're all sorted. So, exhaust and downpipe all finished now. Again, we may end up adding a silencer or a cat in at some point. I just want to get the car to a point where it's kind of got everything it needs at a bare minimum to kind of go and race. Depending on how much time we have left before Warren comes and picks the car up for branch hatch, we may end up throwing another silencer or a cat in. It's not a big job, but you know, just kind of getting it all kind of finished is more important at this moment in time. So yeah, the next thing we've got to sort now is the engine mount. So we'll sort that in the next episode. Thanks for watching.